Hey y'all. Happy Saturday. Come on in. Let me grab some Kleenex. Okay. Happy Saturday, guys. Just a quick little live before the episode tonight. Let me say some hellos. Hey, Soul Star. Soul Star, I don't know if I've seen you. Have I? Recently. If you guys don't mind, please hit the like button for me. I see the Cutie crew representing. And Cutie crew, you guys are really the reason, one of them, why I decided to come live before the episode. We had such a great members only live last night, and this was a part of our discussion. So let me just get my other device going here. Okay, so I got it. So I'm going to say some quick hellos. We will not be here long at all. But hello, Soul Star music lover. Hey, Squarebiz. Hey, Neva P. Neva P was a part of the discussion last night, and I wanted to bring it to the forefront, out in the public. Neva P. Good Bad Apple gave such good insight as well, all of you ladies. But yeah, I wanted to discuss this because I wanted to know, are we tripping or is Kimmy? Did she ever like Mel? We shall discuss. I also wanted to highlight a couple comments on the video that I did on yesterday. You guys had a lot to say, And there were also a lot of people on Mel's post that had a lot to say. There were people all over social media that had a lot to say about what Kimmy said. So again, we are judging what Kimmy said based on the clip, but I saw enough, okay? I saw enough. Hey, Nicole. Hey, TK. I don't think that she can say anything after that exchange, where they cut the clip off, that would make me change my mind. I'm going to go ahead and highlight that, TK. We shall discuss. Hey, Jeffries, Anitra. Oh, guys, hold on. This is Aunt Debbie. Hold on. Hello. Hello. Who child? All right, guys. I am so very sorry. That was Aunt Debbie. And I just want to ask you guys again to please, please say a prayer for Aunt Debbie. She's not feeling well, but she's talking and she's good. She sends her love to each and every one of you. She wanted me to let you guys know that she misses you guys. And I'm just so grateful that I had this phone in front of me to get that phone call. So thank you guys again for holding. And please, if you can, say a prayer for our Aunt Debbie, okay? We'll chow. Yeah, yeah, say a prayer for Aunt Debbie. But let me continue some quick hellos. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to say hello to everybody, but I do thank you guys again for joining me for this power hour. Excuse me, guys. Um, little emotional, and I don't want to scare anybody because like I said, Aunt Debbie is doing fine. It's just that you can hear it in her voice that she is, going through some things right now. So ladies, take care of yourself. To my cutie crew, you guys know what I shared with you last night where I was slipping, and we have to make sure to pay attention to our health, pay attention to the signs and all of that. So thank you guys again. And yeah, just make sure to pray for Aunt Debbie. She said that she has a message that she really, really wants to share once she is better. And she'll be doing that on her channel. And I did let her know that we will be here. So if you guys are not subscribed to Aunt Debbie's channel, let me see if I saved it. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I save it. I hope I'm not sharing nobody else's channel, but I do know that her channel is. And go ahead and give her a follow if you haven't. What's going on with my chat? Hold on, guys. All right, so I'm just gonna revise mine, and I'm gonna put in Aunt Debbie, and I hope this is the right channel. You guys will see her profile picture. And make sure to subscribe because she has a message that she wants to get out as soon as she's feeling better. But let's go ahead and get started. I'm sorry that took a little bit of the time, so we won't be too much longer. Shout out again to each and every one of you that's joining me right now. Yes, who said that? Speedy, speedy recovery to Aunt Debbie. We are claiming it. We really are. So okay, but this power hour, real quickly, was if did Kimmy ever like mail? As I mentioned, you guys said a whole lot, and thank you guys for watching my video yesterday. And a lot of people have been talking all over social media. So, what I wanted to do real quickly is take it back. I wanted to take it back for the first glimpse that I felt like something wasn't right. It seemed a little strong, okay, as far as what was said. So I am going to say shout out to all of us remember this scene, but I do want to say shout out to Good Bad Apple because this scene touched her in such a way that she just stood on business from that moment when it comes to Kimmy. A lot of other folks, including myself, tried to give Kimmy the benefit of the doubt, even after this. But, I don't know, with this exchange that we saw yesterday that's coming this evening, it seems like that these are some strong feelings. So I am going to share this clip, and I'm sure you guys remember this scene. This is when Mel invited Kimmy and Tisha over to her home for a massage. So I tried to parts of the audio. I tried to change it. Hopefully, on TV won't copyright. But let's take a look. Let's take it back. And shout out again, 263 people watching. I appreciate you guys. Please make sure to hit the like button. The problem is when you're bougie about it. I don't know. Yeah, the person bougie. Look in the mirror. Y'all can check yourself. I don't gotta check. Okay, now that seemed a little low to me. Let me know in the comments by putting a 1 were you guys able to hear that. I'm not sure if I can. Oh, I can. The volume wasn't all the way up, so I'm going to replay it. But I see, in case you missed it, said, yep, this scene was very telling. And it was. Okay, it was low. I just turned it up. So I'm going to go ahead and play it again, guys. Season 1 of Love in Mary Huntsville. Let's watch. The problem is when you're bougie about it. I don't know. Yeah, the person bougie. Look in the mirror. Y'all can check yourself. I don't gotta check. So yeah, Kimmy's feelings from the start. Yes, Tennessee girl. I don't know if I was gonna say hater, but it's giving hater. And I'm gonna play it one more time. But she said she ain't gotta check shit. Instead of saying, you know what, girl, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called you that. I'm gonna play it one more again, and that's it. Let's go ahead. What's going on here? Let's go ahead and listen. Let me check something else. All right, and I got the audio all the way. I did all the way up. One more time. Wavy lady, tone is everything. Facts. Let's take a listen. The problem is when you're bougie about it. I don't know. Yeah, the person bougie. Look in the mirror. Y'all can check yourself. I don't gotta check. Okay, so we know that Mel asked her in this scene, what makes a person bougie? And Kimmy said, look in the mirror. You know, then she said, I ain't got to check shit. I totally agree. Scorpion is very, very rude. And the reason why I brought this scene up is, again, last night in our excellent members only Good Bad Apple say that was all that she needed to see from Kimmy, and she knew then that Kimmy didn't mean Mel any good. And we know that with the scene that we're going to see tonight, she's still on that, same little shadiness path. For me, and I sort of went off in the video because number one is how dare you speak on something that you cannot relate to. And a lot of you guys felt the same about that. If you weren't married when you conceived Jalen and he was grown when you married Maurice, you cannot relate to what Mel went through. Um, you know, I just don't get it. My thing is this. I want Kimmy to put herself in Mel's shoes. And let's say she was married to a guy like Martell. And she is. They just, they're a little slicker and smarter than Martell. The Scott men, when I think about the vasectomies and the wives didn't know and all of that, they just making sure no accidents happen for me. But let's say, Kimmy, if you were married to Martell and you had to go through everything that Mel went through behind the scenes and publicly, would you want to carry that last name? We've heard Kimmy say, Martell is a good guy. We've heard her say that. We heard her call him old Marty. Like this man has done no wrong. And I think that a lot of people have a problem, with Kimmy and especially Tisha, because it was those couples that started the show together. A lot of people have a problem with them basically taking Martell's side. And we went into detail about this last night. For us that was in members only, there's something about being a woman. And even if we don't go through the exact same thing that this person went through, as women, we know our hearts operate differently. We can imagine the pain. And if you still choose to side with Martell, Kimmy, and Tisha being in close contact as they were, then that let me know exactly what somebody just said earlier. It was kind of hate from the beginning. It really was. Um, and a lot of us don't like it. A lot of us can see through it. Also, in members only last night, we did have a discussion. Were Kimmy and Mel friends? Were Kimmy and Tisha really friends? And I say no. I say they were more Martell's friends. But I do feel like if they wouldn't have shown the side that they showed to Mel, then most likely, then, it could have developed into a friendship. But from the beginning, for me, they have given Mel their arses to kiss. Okay? What happened to Neva Smith? Neva Smith. Let me scroll up. Hold on. I see people offering prayers and condolences. Neva. Oh no, Neva, you lost your sister on Monday? My gosh. Oh, that is the anniversary of my mother's passed. And I'm so sorry, Neva. Prayers and condolences to you. It's so hard losing loved ones or friends or anybody, period, but especially around the holiday time. So I am offering you my prayers and condolences on the passing of your sister. For those of you that joined me late, if you can please, please, please keep Aunt Debbie in your prayers as well. Yeah, please. But yeah, so I wanted to discuss this with you guys. I also wanted to discuss Tisha. Now, Tisha made a post earlier. Let me go ahead and download this picture earlier. But in it, she said she got a lot of people that don't like her. And this will be in the scene with Stormy tonight as well. So I can't wait to see that. But for Tisha, that's the only thing that Tisha does well for me. And that is play the victim. Don't she does not take accountability for much. So she posted this, I guess she's trying to say she just got haters, child, for no reason. And I think that maybe Kimmy and Tisha and Stormy and Destiny, damn near all of the women on the show, I think that they can possibly see how other folks have come to the conclusion of not really caring for them if they look inward. Again, we're talking about, women empowerment, being able to call women out when they're wrong, all of that. We haven't seen that. Tisha, especially, is always the victim. We have heard 1,001 times that people just trying to break up her marriage. People just trying to break. That's not what it is. We remember, I know I do, if we go back to season 1, Mel taking Tisha under her wing, getting her up out the house, letting Marceau know then that you damn near holding your wife hostage. And we remember how excited Tisha was to go out and network with Mel. All of that stopped when Tisha at first talked about Mel's marriage and Mel went back at Tisha about her marriage. That's when the hatred started for me when it comes to Tisha. So yeah, the forever victim, just like Martell, and Kimmy just she's just a know-it-all. And she just got a lot of nerves. A lot of nerves. Um, but I wanted to let me go to my own page real quickly because as I mentioned, there were a lot of people, and oh shoot, that call with Aunt Debbie got me in my feelings. I don't want you guys to worry, but yeah, I'm gonna have to take a breather. So let's see. Is this my hold on, guys? Let's see. Here we go. So I wanted to share some of my own comments, and then real quickly I will drop the link, but we cannot be here long, guys. And if any of you, because comments are on fire, okay? Aunt Debbie, what are you doing here? I told you to get some rest. Hey, Aunt Debbie. Aunt Debbie is in the chat, guys. We love you, Aunt Debbie. Hello, hello. Don't you try to type nothing. All right. Now, you know I'm going to get on here and be a little bossy. But I am so glad to see you. We love you, Aunt Debbie. Thank you for dropping down. Thank you for being a Cutie crew member. Thank you for being a legend all out in these YouTube streets. So please, though, get you some rest, okay? Get you some rest and don't you click this link at all. At all, okay? Look at me. Y'all know I'm a little boss now, but I'm putting my foot down. Don't try to click this link on Debbie. I want you to rest. Hold on, guys. I want you to rest your voice, all of the good, all of that, all of the above. But you just made me feel a little better. You did. And you guys show Aunt Debbie some love, okay? Show Aunt Debbie some love. But let me go ahead real quickly. I wanted to read TK. TK said Mel was a means to an end for a lot of the cast. They were never really for her. Facts. Totally agree with that. Sharna, I want to put your comment up. No, she never really liked Mel. The first time I was over Kimmy was when she and Martell were in her kitchen and she was concerned about Coleslaw's feelings. Kimmy is trash. Now, could that be a case of allegedly sad chicks relating to sad chicks? Ciao. We had a discussion about that last night as well. And yeah, that didn't sit right with a lot of folks. Kimmy was the first one to call Coleslaw by her government name right there on Love in Merritt Huntsville. Was that shade? Was that her trying to make that situation public? Because it wasn't until after Kimmy said her name that we started hearing y'all using my likeness. We heard that how long from Coleslaw? Yeah. So thank you for that comment, Sharna. Hey, Lady D Keys and Mildred, how are you, ladies?
Good.
Hey,
How
how's
are
it?
you?
Good. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We will not be here long. I'm just smiling now because Aunt Debbie is in the chat. But I am being bossy and putting my foot down. Don't you click this link, Aunt Debbie. Don't you click this link at all. But thank you guys so much for joining me. I wanted to real quickly before we get started on our panel discussion. And Mildred, I saw your video earlier today on Real Housewives of Potomac. They not doing it for me, child, at all. They
Are
not doing
not.
it.
They're not.
Period. Okay. But we'll discuss that at another time. But let me read a couple comments and then we'll go ahead and get to a quick open panel discussion. Dana Spencer, I really like this comment. She put, Kimmy doesn't understand yet what it means for a once married slash divorced person to take their name back and cut every tie to a relationship that has ended. This name change wasn't corny. It was liberating, and any intelligent person can see it for the strength and empowerment of it. Both Kimmy and Tisha give me strong, jealous vibes, although they'll never admit it. We all know Marceau is crushing hard on Melody. There's no way Tisha can't see that, but she's taking her feelings out on Mel instead of her husband. Kimmy seems like she had a Scott family meeting and they told her she needs to be only Team Scott. She was better off being a neutral peacemaker, but now we need you off our TV screens ASAP. Now, excellent comment. Let me say this. Child, you would have thought Dane Spencer, who left this comment, did I click like to? Was in our members only last night. We spoke on how there was a noticeable change in Kimmy after Kimmy said at the reunion she wouldn't even be friends with Tisha if Tisha wasn't her sister-in-law. And then we also remember Kimmy saying that they had some sort of family meeting. So I agree with that. Couple more comments. Shanice put Kimmy was absolutely out of pocket to say what she said about the name change ceremony, like Melody's children weren't born in the confines of marriage, as if she didn't know what Martell did. Facts. And then last question that I'll read for now. Mel wiped that dumb smirk right off of Tisha's silly face. I thought Kimmy said the name change party was silly. She doesn't deserve an invite. Totally agree. When I tell you that we are in sync, a lot of us, when it comes to our thoughts, and I appreciate you guys for being subscribers because, yeah, I feel the same. I do. Now, Lady D Keys, I do want to hear Mildred first. I heard a little bit of yours last night, and then we'll get back to you if you don't mind. But
Yes, ma'am.
Mildred, your thoughts on did Kimmy ever like Mel? What you think?
No, no, she didn't. And you know
Mm,
what? She tried really hard to mask it. She tried extremely
mm,
hard. Kimmy is covert. I will say she was a covert, smooth operator. But what's in you gonna come out you?
mm,
What's in you
mm,
gonna come out you? You can't pretend that long. I
mm,
think she really has issues with Mel. I don't know
mm-hmm.
where that comes from, but the way Kimmy moves, she's the kind of person that you really, really
Gotta
have
walk.
to be careful of. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely.
Because she walks this way, she talks this way, but the whole time she's hugging you, she's looking for where to put that knife. Oh,
Oh,
Mhm.
wait.
I'm just so glad that we all can see it. I'm really happy that Mel has a strong sense of discernment because
Yes.
he is the kind of person she's smiling, but that's not a smile. That's not
Mm-hmm.
a smile. It's like a shark. A shark's always showing their teeth too, but
Fact.
they're not smiling at you. And I don't like women that move like Kimmy. I just don't. And it's listen, aesthetically, the woman is beautiful. She's
Mm,
accomplished. She's sharp. She's intelligent, and she is trifling and male identified. And I just can't
mm,
get with her. I can't get with a woman that lacks empathy for another woman. She knows full well what this woman has been through,
mm-hmm.
and
Fact.
she chooses to just be on the wrong side of this. So no, I want her and all of her dryness and her nether regions to get on off the show.
Get on up out of there.
Get on up out of here. Just get up. It's
Yeah.
hard for me to have empathy for her because she's so
Yep.
blatantly nasty. Bell. I just can't. I can't. I'm with you when you're
Mm.
right, all the way wrong.
Yeah. And you know what? Thank you for saying that as far as it's hard for, I think, a lot of us to have empathy for her, because she's gotten so bad with, like you say, damn near hugging you with a knife behind her back, that people
Yes.
are not even giving her empathy anymore when it comes to this cancer journey. Now people are questioning it. We spoke about that in members only last night. Like, we would think if you have experienced something like that, that you would begin to move differently.
Yeah.
As a
Mhm.
nurse, we feel like she should have come out here and really educated folks on what she went through. Missed opportunity. And
Right.
yeah, she's under that Scott spell, okay? She is
Yep.
under that Scott spell for real. Hold on one second, guys. I have Shanice. Shanice, are you the one that I just read your comment?
I think so.
Hey, 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 how are you?
Hey,
I
hey.
am good. She said what she said, like Melody's children weren't born under the confines of a marriage.
Period. Yep.
Like she had already had four children by four different men and was pregnant with the fifth
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and didn't know who was on top with the fifth baby.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
You
then you
hit
got
that.
and then you're gonna say something like that. And then given what Melody went through, you turn around and say that Melody, Martell is a great guy despite what he did. And then you got nerve to wonder why she didn't invite you. I don't
Yeah,
blame Melody one bit.
at all.
I
At,
mean, and not only that, um, the school board as well as the whole town of Huntsville knows whose children they are. So Melody having the same name as her children is irrelevant. They are
mm,
public figures now.
that's right.
And I mean, the Rogers name, Martell saying that it wasn't that great. Well, it was so great that you decided to put a ring on it.
Period.
That part.
You put a ring
Period.
on it.
Period.
That
And
name
how
put you
dare
through.
he? How dare he, Shanice, real quick? How dare he act like she wasn't something before him? Anytime a woman will assist with helping to get your ass through college,
And not only
while
that,
he
did
was
you see the
Roger,
smirk on Letitia's face while they were
absolutely,
talking?
absolutely,
But Melody was the same person that got you back in the workforce and underneath your husband's thumb,
say it,
because left up to him, you'd be cooped up in the house and tied to them babies.
say
So
it.
you so he wouldn't know what so you wouldn't know what he was doing.
Mm-hmm. Facts. And
He
as
didn't
I
hurry
mentioned
up and get
earlier,
no
Shani,
vasect. He didn't
as I
hurry up and
mentioned
get that
earlier,
vasectomy for nothing.
child, we know what that is. If you got sense, you know what that was about. There will not
Hmm.
be any slip ups over here. Okay. Anytime you gonna have a vasectomy and your wife didn't know, you preparing yourself. You ain't got nothing to do with her for not no slip ups. You
And
know
then
what I
I
mean?
thought Mhm. Kimmy, I used to like Kimmy in the beginning, and I thought she was so well together until Maurice started getting exposed.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can only imagine what Kaya went through trying to be pregnant with their son at the time.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, the woman is fighting for her life, and you worried about sex. She don't know
Mm-hmm.
if the next breath she take gonna be her last, and you worried about sex. And then
But Shani,
the same way Kimmy was talking about Destiny not giving anything in terms of a storyline. Well, technically, she's in the same boat.
she is. She is. And let me say this real quickly to you, Shanice. When it comes to that, um, a lot of us had to ask ourselves because, yeah, we were very upset with Maurice for having the audacity to even have that conversation while his wife was battling cancer. But we also had to ask ourselves, can we be more mad than she is?
No, we can't.
We
And
can't.
then No, we can't be no mad because black people and black Twitter was trying to ride for her,
And she came out and defended him.
and she came out and
Mhm.
defended him like a parent teacher conference.
She sure did. Not a teacher conference, child.
The parent teacher conference.
And didn't even have
Not a
all the
teacher
facts.
conference, child.
Meantime, the school board, the principal, and the superintendent saying he did it.
Yeah, I agree. But hold on,
And
Shanice.
I
Hold on,
mean,
Shanice. Hold on one second, sis, because we do try to go in a little order here. So you were last that I clicked the link on, but you came in dropping it like it's hot, and we're gonna definitely get back to you, Mildred. I'm gonna come back to you real quick, but let me read a couple comments. First of
go
all,
ahead.
Renita, thank you for joining the Cutie crew. We had a ball last night. Our membership, members only, is so deep. Again, to my aunt Debbie, love you, love you, love you. Um, Queen Supreme, I want to read your comment. You put the fact that Kimmy and Tisha doesn't like mail, but is willing to meet up for a scene slash paycheck. Then, while doing so, take the time to try to degrade Mel for her decision. Keyword, her decision concerning her name change. And it's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
We have that right to go back to our
Mhm.
big names. And hell yeah, I'm dumping hope the way this fool is carrying on out in these streets. You know, some women choose to keep their last name, but you got the side chick, you got the side chick baby, you got the side chick running her mouth, you got the Negro with this woman, that woman, this woman, that wasn't. And then he talking about revenge P. And then he talking about me negatively. While on the show, he's still talking about me. Yeah, we done with that. You know, she got everywhere.
Mhm.
A great, great comment. Lil Paulette and the gang, you put, look how long it took her to respond when asked if Mel is her friend. Kimmy been saying, I'm not really her friend. You right about that. You're right. The real Nikki say women that move like Kimmy can never be trusted. I agree. I don't want you around me. If my intentions are pure, and look, I'm open to criticism, constructive criticism, whatever, from my friends, from my cutie crew, from whoever, as long as it's constructive. But no, you just not gonna play in my face. Period. Okay.
Mhm.
Wanda says she like Kimmy. All right, Wanda. I'm not mad at you. Bev Murphy, couple more comments, guys, and then we're gonna get back to Mildred. Kimmy was never really a peacemaker. She was actually a peace breaker, standing in the middle, pretending to be everyone's friends and the voice of reason, but throwing rocks and holding her hand. Baby,
Mm,
you said it
that's a good
all. Yes, it is. Latique, hey QT, hey. I hope you're well too. You put, I think Kimmy is and always will be a true side chick, allegedly, child. That's why she has to mule so hard for that pathetic man. She knows how she got him is how she'll lose him. Mm. We discussed that last night in our members only. You know, I ain't waiting 8 years, okay? I'm just not doing it. And in the time span of that 8 years, this man was talking about how he slept with 6 or 7 women in one night, and we all heard about the little what went down at Credit One allegedly, and you went through all of that for what? No, we're not doing that. So yeah, I agree with that. Thank you for that, Latique, and I like that name. Okay, in case you missed it, said the only time she liked Mel was while she was battling cancer because Mel was there for her and making her feel good about herself. Good point. We know Mel. We talked about that last night. We talked about everything in members only, but we talked about how it was Mel that wanted to throw her that little celebration. Maurice didn't even want it. Great comment. Last comment. Kimmy was never a neutral person, in my opinion. She just spoke up a few times in between. And that's how she got y'all because she had really shown her true colors. Season 1, episode 3. Are you right about that? I don't know if she got us. I think that some of the phoniness after, I'll speak for myself, some of the phoniness after, like somebody said earlier, with her trying to act like she was really neutral, I think that that's what made people say, oh, she all right. She okay. But if we look at it in the grand scheme of things, yeah, she really been this way. So thank you guys for the comments. We'll read a couple more later before we get out of here. Mildred, were you done with your thoughts on that?
It's me.
Yes. Were you done with your thoughts on that? If so, we're gonna go to Lady D Keys.
One last thing. Do you guys remember what she did with Basement Billy when
Yes,
he
Yes.
said
ma'am.
was the one who wanted her to get on?
Mm-hmm.
That's what really sealed it for me because that man was so vile to Miss Van and
Oh
to
my God.
Mel. I was like, okay, okay. If Kimmy is the facilitator behind this chaos, then yeah, she
Yeah.
definitely nothing, no good intention for Mel whatsoever. And that was
Mm-hmm.
it.
Thank you for bringing that up. You're right about that. And he's continuing today to still stalk Mel. I'm just gonna call it what it is. I've seen this man's Instagram page where he's shown Mel's cleavage and he's zoomed in on her butt and all type of craziness. And we know what he went through. Well, not what he went through, but the shit that he said about Miss Van. And you're absolutely right. Kimmy was the one, and for me, that means she want to bring hurt and pain to Mel in a slick, trying to be slick type of way. You're the one that mentioned again Coleslaw's name on the show. You're the one that's calling this man a good guy. And what you just said about, I'll call him cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but Basement Billy. Absolute facts. And yeah, who was that just said it? You can try to act like, I think that was Shanice. You can try to act one way, but them true colors are always going to be revealed. So we see you, Kimmy. Just like this picture of Mel. When Mel was looking like this, baby. Hold on. Those thoughts was going through her head, saying, "Oh, I'm about to check your ass. I'll check you in a classy
Mm-hmm.
way." But just look at
Mm-hmm.
the expression for me is "biatch, please." I know you not the one sitting here saying that. You, of all people, who was a baby's mama, and let's just keep it a buck, like Kimmy like to say. Jalen would have had his daddy's last name if the daddy was involved. That's my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You ain't did it for no reason. Or it was your grandfather's name and all that. No, the daddy wasn't involved. That's why. Period. But anyway, child, don't let me start going back off. I tried to leave it in that video yesterday.
Can you show
But
Kimmy face how she was stunned?
oh, after with Mel, yeah, I got that in
Because
a
Mel
screenshot.
stung her.
Yeah, I got that in a screenshot. She wasn't expecting it, and I don't know why. This not
And
the
wipe
first
that
time.
smile off Tisha face.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'll bring it up while we're talking. Try to. But yeah, we know Mel got it in her. I think that they take Mel keeping
As
it
a joke.
yeah,
Classy.
keeping it classy. I think they take that like she ain't got it in her. Mel got it in her all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
She's let it be
Mm-hmm.
known when it comes to coleslaw, I will beat your ass. So, but she got a brand. She got what they don't have. And I'm not about
Mm-hmm.
to, what did Mariah Huck say? Come off my chariot to throw tomatoes with you all, but I will check you in a classy way. So I loved it. But go ahead, Lady D Keys. You are up next. Hey, it's Chrissy time. Go
Hey,
ahead,
Kimberly.
Lady D Keys.
Who, child? Miss Kimmy, you were you were never a wifey. When you have a child outside of a marriage, that means you're a baby mama, not a wifey. Not you. Of course, you would want your child to have the father's last name. But if you are
Mm-hmm.
not married to that man, you don't have to do that. Like my child, she has my last name because I birthed her into the world. You
Mm-hmm.
you didn't push her out your opinion. Look, you didn't push her out. I'm just saying. I pushed her out. So of course she gonna get my last name. That's what I wanted to do. And if you were to give your child your last name, that's what you should have did. If you were to give him his last name, you could do that. But you're not Mel. She was married to Martell. So
Mm-hmm.
she has every right to keep her children's name, his last name, if that's what she wants to do. And she has every right to switch it to Rogers, if that's what she wants to do. She doesn't have to keep one name over the other one. She can do whatever she wants because those are her children and his children, unfortunately. But Kimmy is one of them people. I don't think I ever liked Kimmy, but after a while, after the show had continued for a minute, I kind of started liking her. Then I kind of felt sorry for her after the whole cancer scare and all that. I was like, I kind of felt sorry for her. Then I was like, but then again, you sit up here and you cause all this drama with Mel's mom, Miss Van,
Mm-hmm.
and and Billy Goat Basement. We're gonna switch his name all the way up. Billy Goat Basement. That's what I'm gonna call him. You started all that drama. So Kimmy is messy, trifling, and ridiculous, and she needs to stay in her place and mind her business because Mel wasn't thinking about inviting her because she knew all the trifling, messy stuff that she had did.
Yeah.
So why would you get invited to her name change ceremony? You
Mm.
wouldn't.
That's right.
So come on now. I wouldn't invite her either. Girl, bye. I don't. Everybody like. I like Mel. Mel's cool. I think
Uh-huh.
she's one of the sweetest people on the show. So everybody else can basically kick rocks, especially Kimmy, Maurice, Tisha. I'm not a Tisha fan. I was so happy when I saw Kiki throw that water in her face. I had to watch it about two or three, four times, maybe five, but I loved it. But thank you for allowing me to come up. I appreciate you.
You are welcome. Thank you, Lady D Keys, and thank you again for last night's discussion as well.
You're welcome.
Um, you said the same thing that Mildred said, and I put it in my video yesterday. The spirit of discernment. You know what I mean? And that's why you didn't get an invite. And thank goodness you didn't, because look how you really feel. You would have been sitting up in my ceremony, passing judgment, keeping a mental note so you can run and tell this and run and tell that. Then she said it was corny and all of that. You know what's corny is not giving your baby the daddy's name. What's corny is waiting 8 years to get married. What's corny is changing what I feel like your whole being as a woman to please your husband. That's corny. It's corny that you went
Mhm.
through breast cancer and you really didn't come out here and share the details with the public on this platform that million of people watch and millions of women and men have gone through this experience, are currently going through it, and all you could talk about is libido. That's corny as hell. Okay, corny as hell. But I'm gonna get off my rant. Thank you, Lady D Keys. Next up is Gloria. After Gloria, we got Christian, and we're gonna end it with Simply Beautiful. I just wanted to come to you guys before tonight's episode. Gloria, your thoughts. Did Kimmy ever like Mel?
No,
Ever?
she never liked Mel. But let me start off by saying hey to you. So glad you're feeling so much better. Hello,
Thank you.
panel. Happy Saturday to everyone. I'm gonna pick up with the corny. What was corny, Kimmy, was when Maurice made you call Kawa and set that meeting up with her. That was corny. What was corny, Kimmy, was how you have become Tisha 2.0. How about that? You
Mm,
want to talk about and call something corny? No, she didn't like Mel. She's been jealous, and whenever they was on the back porch, she was talking about somebody had told her that that's how Mel was anyway. Well, why you want to be in her face?
yeah.
That was it for me. I didn't like it when she said that. Well, people told me that's how you was, but I didn't pay no mind. Well,
Mm-hmm.
and another thing, can we just call Carlos and tell him to bring Kyle back up here on this show since Kimmy got so much to say?
Mm. I think
I
that's
bet
why
you.
she's not on the show, Gloria. I'm not sure if you remember, but we talked about that last night too. We
Yeah, I'm
think
a
the
member. I
reason why
think I
Kaya.
came in late.
Oh,
Yeah,
you did. Okay,
yeah.
so do you agree? Do you think that the reason why we don't see Kaya anymore is because Kaya was really ready to let loose and
I
tell
think
the
she
truth?
was. I think she was ready to let loose because Kimmy
Uh-huh.
sitting up there. What was corny was you almost begging this woman to say that you wasn't a side chick. You were a side chick.
Where they do that at?
What's corny is who waits 8 years and you in your what was she at the time, late 40s, to marry a guy? Where they do this at?
Mm-hmm.
What's corny, Kimmy, is if you in
Mm.
your 50s, almost 55, 56, or whatever you is, how about you might be going through menopause? How about that?
Period. Period.
Could be. Could be.
How
Yeah.
about that, Kimmy? So all this steaming and libido and not, girl, go sit down somewhere. I'm like somebody, coach, let me in. Can I be male cousin? Let me in for this reunion. Can somebody let me
Please,
in?
please
I just want to
tag
get in.
me
Let
in.
me
Tag
in.
me
And then Mel clears
in. Yeah.
Tisha face with that smirk when she went back at Kimmy. Kimmy wasn't ready. Kimmy was not ready, y'all. She like, huh?
Mm-mm.
You
At
gonna
all.
say this to me? And Tisha, that smile, that little smirk she had, it just went completely away.
It sure
What's
did.
corny is they didn't pay attention when Martell said that Mel can be a gangster or a thug or whatever he
Mm-hmm.
called it. That's all I had to say. I'm
Mm.
good.
Woo child. Gloria then went on a what's corny rant, okay? And you broke it down. You really did. Now let me bring up the picture that you speak of. This is her expression at the mail. Check that ass. Here we go.
Now
That's how
that's
she was
corny.
looking.
Now that's
Yeah.
corny, Kimmy.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't know I was gonna come back at you. That was the expression. And then,
Mm-hmm.
we mentioned how Tisha had a smile, but this is Mel turned that smile upside down, damn near. Look how shocked Tisha was. So
In
yeah, she
shock.
was smiling at first. Yeah, she was at shock. She was in shock. Oh, so you
She
really gonna call it what it is? Kimmy was the baby mama.
absolutely. Mm-hmm. With her victim playing self. She makes me sick. Can somebody get her off this show too?
Forever the victim.
She been needed to go.
Forever. Yes, yes, yes.
Nah, they
Scorpion,
need to bring Kyle back up here and let Kyle go ahead on and handle Kimmy. Just like she was doing in the beginning. I mean, I was watching out for your son. I mean, nobody's protecting my son. Girl, go sit down. You know what you were doing.
mm-hmm, for real. Yeah.
And one more
I loved
last
every
corny and
bit
I'm
of
done. What's
it. Okay.
corny, Kimmy, is how you allow Maurice to sit on national TV and
Child.
treat you like he can't stand the sight of you, Kimmy.
Ooh,
That is what's so corny. He treats you like he can't stand you. That's
mm-hmm.
corny, Kimmy.
Very corny. He treats her like a blow up doll, if you ask me. That's what he treats
304.
her like. Yeah, he treats her like she's just a whole. What I said in my video yesterday. If that is
Mhm.
his focus, if that is his focus after all of this, yeah, that's what you are. Period. But like somebody said earlier, if that's how you got the man, those expectations from the man remain, whether you're going through
Mhm.
that or not. And that's why she's trying to keep up with the sex and the libido and the yoni eggs and the this and the steaming and all of that because she know that number one, she's older than he is, and she want to make sure that she's letting it be known to the public. All you ladies that may be watching, and if it's any, I just said ill before I even said it, and if it's any of you that want them, I'm still taking care of business. That's her storyline, not her journey. So
Mm.
yeah.
You can tell he really don't go places with her. Just like you mentioned last night, and I had put in the chat about her getting her air. When I was married, I did no car maintenance at all. My husband took my car to get it serviced. My husband
Mhm.
made sure I had air. He made sure I had gas. You out there in the cold talking about some, here you go, got to put it in there, put the air in the tank early in the morning. What?
Tire pressure, child. Thank
I
you.
wish I was. I wish he was my husband and I had to get up and go put some air in a tire. Boy, bye.
Well, facts. I'm not getting out my bed. And that should
No.
be something that he notices. Or like you say, most husbands check that. Make sure your oil is right. Make sure whatever the case may be. Um, and if he walking out the house to his car, you supposed to look over my car. Make sure your wife is
Mhm.
safe when she start that car up. So totally agree. But thank you, Gloria, because we're gonna have to get out of here. I did want to put this picture up of Mel. This is after Mel said what she said to Kimmy. And knocked that earth right on down. Loved it. I cannot wait to see the I can't wait to see the full scene tonight. I really can. A part of me think that Kimmy gonna try to come back with something, because she
Mhm.
was not ready. Yeah, she was not ready. So we'll see in a couple hours. But thank you so much, Gloria. Let me read a couple comments and then we're gonna go to It's Chrissy time.
Mhm.
Let's see here. French Life, how did you get put on time out? You sent me a message. It was a mistake. Looks like it was fixed. This live, or make sure to let me know, French Life. Was it this live? Because I don't even think there's any mods in this chat. So I'm not sure how it happened, but yeah, it's fixed because you're back. So sorry about that. However, it happened. If it was this live, it was me. If it was another live, it was somebody else. And I could blame them. No, just kidding. Let's see here. We got Simply Beautiful up here. Scoop for today. Kimmy and the Scott men been mad at Mel since she divorced Martell. They were no longer able to eat off of that 47-acre deal. That was supposed to be a come up for all of them. Totally agree. Guess Kimmy doesn't realize the name means something. Mel dropping Holt was both a natural and spiritual thing. Yes. And how could how could you have a problem with that? How? Great comments, guys. All right, it's Chrissy time. You are up.
Hey sis.
Hey, how are
Hello,
you?
panel. I'm good. How are you?
Good, girl. Good. Can't complain.
Child, not Hillary Clinton up here calling people corny.
Ooh, child. Not Hillary, child. Not
Child,
Hillary.
that's what I saw when they was on Fox. So it looked like Hillary and Bill when they was sitting in front of Barbara, child. That's what it was getting, or Diane,
Oh,
whoever they was sitting in front of, child.
woo, child. Woo.
She tried it, but you see, you know what? What's funny to me is how y'all remember when Nail bossed not Nail Kimmy bossed up on Nail about that quote unquote meeting when she said, "Oh, so you feel like you should have been there?" Oh, but it was my meeting. Yeah, it was her party,
Mhm.
and you were not there. Period. Point blank. And I'm glad she didn't invite you and Tweedledee over there because you guys do not support her, and y'all know that. Y'all
Yeah.
been knew that. Why would she want any of you all there when she got a dark soul?
Mm-hmm.
Why y'all want to be so up in the mix of what she got going on when y'all don't check for her, right? It looks like y'all checking for her. And y'all
Mm-hmm.
should check for her because she has everything that you guys want. And it's sad. We saw Tisha last episode crying about none of her business is doing right. And it must be a sign. God didn't tell you go. Okay. God said no. Okay. He didn't say go. He said no. Okay. So go ahead
No.
back in your house and tend to your children and your bald headed man that we knew he was in that bed in ATL, honey. And I'm so glad that the Fletchers put him out there, honey. They say he won't with us. Okay, I know what my man was. He won't with us.
Mm-hmm.
So they up here playing in our face, and I'm so glad that Mel checked Kimmy as she should
For
have.
sure.
Kimmy need to be checked. Need to be checked. She need to tend to her leans That's what she need to tend to. Her man and her liens. That's what she need to tend to. And how he out here trying to gaslight YouTube when he need to be paying them bills and paying them tax bills and make sure he pay that lease for that truck. He out here sporting it and driving in the backyard. She need to make sure those payments are up to date before they come and repossess that. That's what she
Mm,
needs to
yeah,
worry about. And stop worried about Mel and what she got going on. And I'm so glad she checked. She should check them. And I can't wait for this reunion, honey. And I hear it's gonna be a lot more checking. And I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait either. Okay, sis. But you're absolutely right. Imagine the thoughts what Kimmy and Tisha would have been thinking had they been invited. And as I mentioned earlier, imagine them going home, first of all, to their husbands. Oh my God, talking negatively about it. Just imagine. Just
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, they
You
would have
know?
told that whole speech that Mama Van gave for Mel. They would have, oh, and then
Uh-huh.
her mama went up there. It would have just been so just
Yeah.
disrespectful.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that she did not have you guys at her home, because security would have been told y'all to leave. You
Yeah.
ain't about to come up in my home, in my place of peace, and try to break bread that I'm paying for. And I know you ain't for me. No, I ain't about to
Mm-hmm.
sit here to pay you to come and criticize me and eat my food, girl. No, bye.
Mm-hmm.
Have your own party. You need to have a name
Fact.
changer party, Kimmy. You need to have a name changer party, Tisha. Y'all go have a name changer party for yourself, and then don't invite me, 'cause I don't want to be there. And have fun on your own time and your own dime. That's
Period.
what y'all need to do. Start worrying about me
Period.
and what I got
You know what
going
it is, Chris? And you dropped it like it was hot, but you know what it is for me. And I'm still currently married, but currently getting on up out that thing. But for some women, being married is just this badge of honor,
on.
whether there are things going on or not, whether their husbands are embarrassing them or not. Marceau has embarrassed Tisha from damn near season 1, episode 1 until today. Maurice, again, he wasn't as bad. Seems like to me he got worse when she got cancer. And it is still just so appalling to me that he did not even think twice for saying the things that he said to Carlos. That's something
Exactly.
that just goes down in history for me. And
And the
he said it with his chest, okay?
period. And what the biggest corny of it all is, Kimmy, you are out here still trying to pleasure and please a man who wants you to just bend over and take it.
That's
And that's
it.
all
Bend
I
over
got
and take
to
it.
say.
Bend over and take it. So yeah, I would be running to change my damn name too, especially if you showed me that's who you are when I'm going through. First of all, period. But when I'm going through this challenge, through this health crisis, whether I'm gonna live or die, you gonna get out here and make that the focus? No, sir. No, sir. Gloria, you put one more. Corey is Kimmy, in my opinion, is out here taking out loans on her house for Maurice. I don't understand the comment backstage, Gloria. But let me read another comment. Thank you. It's Chrissy time. Let me read two comments, and then we're gonna get to Simply Beautiful, and then we're gonna get on up out of here. Amani said, I look back. Now, those first episodes are something else. I just don't want to. I mentioned that last night in members only. I don't know, maybe we'll do something like that on Patreon for those that want to have a watch party where we're able to look at the whole episodes and discuss, because it's a lot that was missed. A whole lot. And I want to talk about it. But anyway, Amani X said, I look back on the first couple seasons of Love and Marriage Huntsville. I can see Kimmy or Tisha were never Melody's friend from the beginning. It shows today how they're jealous and envious of her. I agree. And then Lil Paulette in the gang said, yes, it is so many examples from prior seasons. You know, and when you're just a watcher, like then when I was watching the show, I wasn't on YouTube for any other content creators that was doing commentary. I don't even think I knew about YouTube content creators that discuss reality shows. So I was just what a lot of people are just a watcher of the show, and now knowing what I know, I want to go back. So, but great comments, guys. Let me read Journeyology. They are more upset with Mel changing her name than they are of the good guy messing up his marriage for a woman that he won't marry. Facts. Facts. And Tyra, I see you. Just drive safely, sis. We good. Everybody is on their best behavior in the chat, so I get it. But thank you. Stop texting and driving, Tyra. All right, guys. And we're gonna go ahead and get to the love in Marriage Huntsville historian herself, Simply Beautiful.
Hey, chit chat.
Hey,
Sis,
sister.
how are you?
I'm good. I be working.
I know. But I'm curious to hear your thoughts though. What do you think? Was Kimmy ever male friend? Did she ever like her? Was it
No.
shade? Was it nuts?
Um, I'm gonna be completely honest. I've never liked Kimmy. I definitely did not like her after that bougie comment. That's when
Mm,
Kimmy turned me off because I said, in what world does a person evolve in and wanting to attend galas and network, especially when they are a CEO of a company, translate into being bougie? Never understood that about her.
mm-hmm.
And then she completely lost me when when little buddy referred to little Miss Hope never gonna happen as a side chick. And she said, well, I'm not gonna call her that. But why the
Yeah.
change in attitude? Because you wanted Mel to look in the mirror and own that she was bougie. And a girl playing a
Mhm.
side chick to a girl sleeping with a married man is indeed that a side chick. So why couldn't you refer to her as that?
Mhm.
She showed more
Because
sympathy.
she was messing around with Maurice when he was with him and Kaya was still married. That's why. Go ahead.
Then she needs to look in the mirror and own that instead of asking Kiowa to basically do what your husband should be doing if you weren't a side chick.
Validate her.
Um, you know what I do find rather corny about Kimmy is the fact of the matter that you were having issues within your marriage. Instead of talking to your husband, you went out and got a dog for therapy.
Mm.
That's what I find kind of corny, Kimmy.
Mm.
I find it kind of corny that you made your whole fight with cancer about pleasing your husband. The actuality that you rolled
Yeah.
over and took it, the fact of the matter that he put that out there, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Your son wanted to be there for you, and you basically told him no. Maurice got it. I find that very corny for a woman who raised him alone. That you didn't consider him wanting to be there for you.
Yes.
That's what I found kind of corny. I find kind of corny that you sat up there and let the Scots beat you down into Tisha 2.0. You couldn't even voice your opinion to Tisha without having them get down your throat. Because that's the reason why you had Carlos dead dad storyline about if Tisha wasn't your sister-in-law, y'all wouldn't be friends. Them
Mhm.
Scots got to you. Kimmy ain't never been my cup of tea. I'm ashamed that she's in February Aquarius with me. I'm not
Mm.
with Kimmy. She Kimmy ain't about peace. That Valentine's Day event said it all. You were a part of the setup. You were
Mhm.
okay when they were ganging up on Mel, but the minute that Mel stood up and said, B, I ain't even talking to you. Oh, now you want to jump in.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Mhm.
you want to jump in and say something. When Destiny sat across from her going, girl, I ain't hear you say anything. And if them saying
Mm-hmm.
girl was a trigger warning, why would you not wait until the entire group was there to have that conversation about calling each other girl? You waited.
Mm.
You had the conversation before Mel and Stormy even walked in.
Mhm.
She did.
So I'm not here for Kimmy. I thought it was rather disrespectful in that live when she referred to Martell as Mr. Rogers. Like this girl done had a whole entire ceremony to distance herself from her ex-husband, and then you're gonna play around and call him by her last name.
Mm.
That's corny.
Mhm.
That's what I call corny. The fact of the matter that you're asking a woman after the fact that she had the party while weren't you invited, that's corny. Clearly, she didn't want you there.
Mm-mm.
Like I can't with her. I do not like Kimmy.
Ooh,
Tisha is
child.
just weak, and like, I don't like that woman. I don't even know her. She on the same level as Little Buddy for me. Y'all are just two pieces of trash individuals.
Mm. Mm-mm.
And I've always said that Mel is a better woman than me because the most Kimmy would have got out of me was, girl, I'm praying for you. I hope you get through it. I would have never sent you any flowers. You would have never got no food from me. You
Ooh,
won't be able to use any of my connections.
Give it to us
mm.
simply.
Baby.
I stand on that because I think Kimmy over the time has shown Mel she ain't no friend.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're gonna believe that with Basement Billy was telling the truth about Miss Van, then we're gonna believe that you put him up to going after Mel to get him on that show.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hold on. We also gonna believe what Basement Billy said, and Basement Billy said Kimmy was a side chick.
He
He sure
definitely
did.
did.
Him and Coward.
That's where
Sure
that's
did.
where it started.
Yep, they
Yep.
was on a live.
Yep,
Yep.
that's where it started though. But as
Mm-hmm.
usual, he gets a pass. Little Buddy gets a pass because Little Buddy is the one that told Mel, and Mel in that doctor's office told him, "Don't say that."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But she got mad at Mel and said, I had an issue. She said it at the reunion. Oh, I told you I didn't like when y'all had that conversation. Mel didn't call you a side chick. Martell did.
Mm-hmm. Tisha
Sure
called the
did.
one too.
And filmed the scene with Kaya. We're talking about you
Sure
interfering with
did.
that marriage.
She sure did.
But they only seem to have smoke for one person.
Mm-hmm. That was against girl code.
Mm-hmm.
Girl. I mean, I would love, because to me, the fact of the matter that Kimmy said in the interview with Carlos that she knows what Mel is going through because her baby daddy took her to court too. Why haven't we seen you have an ounce of sympathy for this woman?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have an ounce of sympathy for her, but you know what she's going through.
Mm-hmm.
Like like I said before, I am not a Kimmy fan. I will never be a Kimmy fan. And if you really want to stick it to Kimmy, I hope they go dig up Jalen Daddy. Let's
Mm-hmm.
bring him on the show
I
since
was
he got
just
so much
thinking.
to say.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Jalen don't have his last name. She thought
Mm-hmm.
well in advance, and that's what makes me believe what
He was
Basement Billy
married.
said. Yeah, he was married. He was
But
married.
this is my last thing because when I watched that clip, I said, "How are you more concerned with one stereotype and you a whole baby mama,
Mm-hmm.
Ho, baby mom.
a whole baby mama, but you're concerned about sending your child to school with a different last name than you?"
Yeah. No, you're gonna make your situation better than mine. That's what she was trying to do. And Mel,
Mm-hmm.
how you gonna make your situation better when you were a whole baby mama?
Baby
Who
mama.
cares if
Mm-hmm.
your son had your same last name? You were not married. I was.
And when she tried to say, "Oh, I moved my maiden name to my middle name," girl, you go by Kimmy Scott. Knock it off. So you don't have the same last name as your son anymore.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you worried about one stereotype and you are living a whole other stereotype. You're a baby mama.
Period.
And
Period.
allegedly you're a side chick, people's husband. So I don't, you're sitting there on
Whoosh.
your high horse when you really need to look in the mirror your damn self.
Woo
And that's
child.
all I have to say about Kimmy
Woo
Grant Scott.
child. Woo child. Hold on. Let me catch my breath over here. If any of you If
Got
any of
accepted.
you are confused why I pinned Simply Beautiful, the Love and Marriage Huntsville historian, baby, you guys should be a believer right now. Drop
Mm-hmm.
it like it was hot.
Look,
Look,
chit
thank you
chat.
for, huh?
I watched season 1 so many times that
Mhm.
I don't
Mm,
understand how people like Kimmy. People say, "Well, I didn't like
mm,
Mel." I don't. If you didn't like Mel, I don't understand how you like Kimmy. Kimmy was a very
mm,
nasty person in season 1, and
Mhm.
she still is. She just tries to hide it, and her mask is showing. Or
yeah.
like I think Mariah said, "Your slip is showing, my dear."
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And you know what's simply beautiful? You remind me so much of what of Good Bad Apple. She said the same thing last night. That from this moment, let me go and put it up on the screen. From this moment, she didn't care for Kimmy at all, didn't even try to give her a chance. And,
Mhm.
sorry to us. Like Kiki Palmer said, sorry to that man. I'm going to say sorry to us that tried because she's proven that she is still the same person that was in this clip. But I thank you, Simply Beautiful. Give me 1 second. Let me cough real quick. I thank you, Simply Beautiful, for bringing up the hurt that Jalen had to feel because I was hurt for him. A lot of us was hurt for him when she let him know, no, Marisa be there. And like you said, it was only her and Jalen from the time Jalen was born until the time Maurice entered the picture 8 years after you dealing with him and married her. That was
Mhm.
bogus. That was corny. Very, very corny. And it was hurtful. And he's going to always love his mother. I know that. But yeah, that's something that let me know that she's put this man above her child, in my opinion. She put
Sure
him
did.
above
Hey,
her
Chit
own.
Chat, whenever they was driving up to Mill House with this picture right here, the jealousy set in right then. Oh, I don't know
It
where we're
said in.
going. Oh, this is
Yep,
nice.
We ain't never been here before.
Absolutely, that's when it happened.
And she
that's
should have
when it happened.
told him, and your asses are not coming back.
You definitely won't be back, okay? He won't step foot back up in here. But that is where it started. Simply, I need to watch the all of the seasons with what's come out, with knowing these folks' real intentions. It's a must. It is a must. So I don't care if 3 people join me on Patreon. We're gonna do it over there. We're gonna have some watch parties, and it's just fascinating, honestly, to
Oh, I'm
be able
down.
to
I'm
go
down.
back and look, and then make that correlation to how they always been. She never liked Mel, and that's why I put it in this title. Did Kimmy ever like Mel? Hell to the no. That's just it. That's all. She didn't
And
care for at all.
have you guys noticed that she hasn't been basically hasn't been filmed in Mel's house since that Christmas party?
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Because
yeah,
you're not gonna keep running back telling people what happens at my house. That was
that's
Mm-hmm.
why
right.
she's been stripped from coming to that house.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I
Chit Chat,
agree.
you got a Patreon channel?
I have it as no content over there, but I'm over there under Chit Chat with QT. So I got about 2 or 3 people that then already joined or whatever. But I'm gonna get it together. I also let me put it in the chat. If you guys could make sure to subscribe. Where is it? Where is it? Make sure to
Yeah, I'm
subscribe
finna,
to my, I would say, backup channel, but I'm gonna have a podcast, and I am going to be picking. I told Good Bad Apple she's gonna be my first co-host. But I want to discuss like some of these real issues that's going on when it comes to these men that's unfortunately unalive and women. That happens so often, and I think that we need
mm-hmm.
to go over the story so we can get educated on the signs and all of that. So yeah, if you guys can click that link and make sure you subscribe to my podcast. As far as Patreon, with it being a holiday, I'm thinking that's something that I'm really gonna get active on it first of the year, first week. I'll put it like this: once the reunion is over, once we cuss all they arses out, because I know we're gonna have to, then I think that that'll be a good time for us to go back and go over these future, past episodes. Excuse me. So yeah, I've been wanting to do it though for over a year. I really have been wanting to go back and have a discussion, when it comes to the earlier episodes. But I thank you guys. We went over my time. First, let me say this. Aunt Debbie, I love you. I love you. We love you. Get
Mhm.
well soon. Take your time. Don't you click no link. I'm gonna keep my eye out on other content creators' channel. Don't you click nobody's link, okay? Get better, and I promise you, we're gonna be here when you are well. So if you guys can please make sure to keep Aunt Debbie in your prayers. I told her I'm putting a reminder in my phone right now. I will be checking on her every day. So yeah, prayers to you, Aunt Debbie. Get well soon. Thank you guys that joined me for this live. It was supposed to be a power hour. We had an hour and 30 minutes. That's still good for this channel, child, because y'all know we can go 3, 4 hours.
That's very
But
good.
Yeah,
yes,
I go to sleep and wake up, y'all still talking.
yes, I know. But look, we gonna continue this conversation tomorrow. We will go live and discuss the full episode tomorrow evening. So I hope that you guys join me. But let's go and take it back and look at the shade from the beginning. Let's take it back. Where's my link? Hold on, guys. We were not wrong. A lot of us that peep game, this is where it started. Take a look. Well, like Gloria said, it started on the ride in, but this is where she
Mhm.
really just showed her ours. Okay. The problem is when you were bougie about it. I'm not in the bougie. I don't know why. Look at the person bougie. Look in the mirror. Y'all can check yourself. I don't gotta check. Oh, girl say she ain't got to check. Shit, okay. One thing you haven't checked is your husband, child. I'm going
Mhm,
to end it.
mhm.
That's who you need to be checking. That's who you need to be turning
Absolutely.
your face up like that and all that. Check that Negro for coming out here and continuously embarrassing you. And there's really no coming back. We had Portia's baby daddy, Dennis, that wanted to put them paws on Maurice for saying that. Men, and we don't get a lot of men that's commenting on a lot of these reality shows. When they saw that clip, they were disgusted. And what did Kimmy do? Came right on out here and defended her man. Okay, very corny. But again, thank you to the panel. Thank you to Shanice. I'm glad Shanice was listening when I read her comment. I really wanted to read more comments on my video, but if you guys did not check it out, make sure to do so. Shanice, we had it's Chrissy time. Was Minerva up here? I don't think Minerva was up here. Simply Beautiful, Gloria, Mildred, it was somebody, and Lady D Keys. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you again to the new member, Renita. Thank you so much for joining the Cutie Crew. Renita, I hope you're ready to free yourself because we are a sisterhood. And that's something that Aunt Debbie and I talked about on the phone when she called at the start of this live. How grateful we are for the sisterhood and how we
Mhm.
feel like a service to each other by freeing ourselves, not only when it comes to relationship issues and all of that, but even health issues. So we're going to continue the discussion. I love each and every one of you. Thank you guys again for joining me for this live. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the show. We'll be watching and we definitely will be discussing. Yes, Queen Supreme, I got the clip of him or the video. He did okay. Maurice with his dancing of the stars little thing or whatever. But yeah, we ain't feeling them too much. We ain't feeling them. So I'm not even gonna upload it now. I got it, but I think it's gonna stay in the chamber. But
It
again,
was when
thank
you
you
said
guys
the little
for
thing.
time.
It was when you said the little thing.
Yeah, the little it is for what it is. But thank you guys again. I love you guys. Shout out to the Cutie Crew. Tyra, I see you listening and driving. I'm going to end this, sis, so you can pay complete attention to the road, but I appreciate you. Shout out to the Cutie Crew for always representing, and shout out to each and every one of you cuties. And I will chat with you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys. Be safe.
You too.
You think you got it, oh, you think you got it, but got it, just don't get it if there's nothing at all. We've been together, oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say. Then what next? 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 The next session. So why, oh, why, oh, why, oh, why, oh,